I think there's supposed to be some kind of counting. Oh, right there, we're on. Oh, I'll tell you what, I hate when it does that. You kind of like the starts and you're not actually sure when it starts. Good morning, members. Sorry we're late. We're running on. Actually, I'm not sure I can say this now in the current climate. We're running on relaxed person time. You can turn that into what you want in the privacy of your own homes. I'm not going to say it. Hi, really glad to have the wonderful Hayley Smith with me today. I met Hayley at on an online meeting called Greetings to Meetings, which is run by a lady called Leanne Elliott. What was really strange was that everybody else on there is from down south, like Cornwall, Devon, Torquay, beautiful places, and I'm the only person north of Bristol. So kind of stood out like a sore thumb, but me and Hayley had a good old chat. She had some really valuable information. She's got some real super duper services, and I thought it'd be worth her coming on and sharing worldly knowledge with you guys. So Hayley, thank you for joining us today. How are you?
Thank you for having me on. I'm fine, thank you. Enjoying your week so far?
Yeah, it's a little bit wet today, unfortunately. We've had some wonderful weather. I've been sipping pina coladas in the garden, having barbecues every other day, and now it is like March. Well, hopefully it will change. So, Hayley, I know you're a busy lady, so I'm not going to keep you for ages. I just want to go through a few questions with you. Tell us, what do you do for a business?
So people read Myriad Business Services and they think, well, what the hell do you actually do? And then I explain it to people and then go, okay, what don't you do? And it is a little bit like that. But it's because I have a vast knowledge in so many different areas, industries, sectors, all sorts. And being quite techie, I know quite a lot of things as well. I taught myself computers from sort of the age of 11, and from there onwards, that was it. So,
wow.
So I'm a small business consultant, a virtual assistant, and an event planner.
Wow.
The event planning stuff is mainly corporate now, but I do have a background in fundraising. I'm working with non-profits and charities, working with sports clubs, things like that. So it's something I enjoy, that I used to do as a volunteer quite a lot, until life took over and he actually had to go and get a job.
Absolutely.
Mainly because I was a mother and I needed a life, so my volunteer side kicked in.
Yeah. All mothers should have a life. All mothers should have a life. It's not just,
I think I just need to talk to an adult rather than a baby all day.
Yeah, absolutely. So you say that you do a lot of work on the fundraising side with sports clubs and charities. Expand on that a little bit. I mean, so if I'm a charity and I'm based up in Birmingham, for argument's sake, and I need help with fundraising, what would I do? What would be the first kind of point of connection for me?
So the first thing would be to take a look at what you're already doing, and are you engaging with your current target audience? Are you fitting? Have you got the right demographics? Are you advertising your fundraising in the right place? Are you targeting those right people? Have you contacted corporate companies for special schemes in offices? Things like that, really.
Wow.
It's the same as business consulting, and this is why I say I'm an event planner as well, because a lot of what I do, it is a form of marketing.
Of course.
Now, I'm not a marketing company, but I do help create business strategies and marketing strategies.
Yeah.
And that fits into event planning. It fits into virtual assisting and everything else. So they all do link together, even though it sounds like I'm just branding myself as doing everything. It's like, no, they actually all do fit together. They link up.
Absolutely. I think one of the things which would be nice in the future, maybe, would be finding a way of, I suppose, wrapping all that up in one, because ultimately who you decide to work with is down to you. So if you're coming at them with a almost holistic description, you could make your own description. You could be the first of whatever. But you can go there knowing that you can, that's your market. You've got assets in terms of testimonials, referrals from those marketplaces. So in the future, I don't think you'd have to pitch yourself as those three things. I think that you've got a business which can be said, right, I specialize in working with Buff. And then that you can put your prices up then as well.
So the reason I brand myself as what I do at the moment is because I work with a lot of startup companies as well.
Right.
Often they don't know what
Yeah.
consultancy companies do deal with.
Exactly.
They
Yes.
don't know what virtual assistants do. They don't know all these different things, and so
Well,
they
there's
get
your
a bit entitled.
yeah. Well, there's your niche. You just said your niche. I
Yeah, it is
specialize.
I do focus. My niche is small businesses and startups.
Yeah.
That is my niche already, and that's why I say I'm a small business consultant.
Yeah.
And usually, what I'll do is that is how I'll brand myself normally, but then I'll break it down into saying, you know, I'm a business consultant, a VA, and an event planner, because those are the three core areas of people's businesses that I do help focus on.
Gotcha.
So
when you was going through, I couldn't help but think of Liam Neeson in the film Taken, where he's on the phone to that guy and said, I have a special set of skills. And I'm like, oh, superb. That's brilliant.
Well, it's not the first time I've heard that.
It's just the way you said it. I thought, I was just cast back into this. Anyway, enough about me. What inspired you to start the business? What was it that made you think, right, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to bring to the world?
Well, I've always enjoyed helping other people. It's always been something I've done with all my friends. Anybody who knows me has referred most of their friends. Oh, you need to have a chat with Hayley. She knows what she's doing. She knows her stuff. But I was working in the corporate sector beforehand. I was running a business, a very large business. It was technically a small business, but it was a subsidiary of a large corporate company. And I did that for 6 years, made them a lot of money. But anybody who has done corporate work before, you tend to you get devalued, you get lost in the corporate wheel. You know, you're undervalued for what you do, the hours you do, even though you put in all that hard work. And I was getting to that point, and in the end it was my body who turned around and went, I'm shutting you down, that's it, you've had enough. You've been saying you were going to get out of this now for a year. You've taken too long, and my body shut me down. So I actually had a breakdown, and I'm not afraid to say it at all.
Oh,
I'm happy to say talk to anybody, because it needs to be talked about.
Absolutely.
And it was my body telling me, you've done enough now. You need to sort out yourself instead of other people. And I did, and it took me 6 months to jump back, refine myself again, refocus on my life, my family, everything like that. And then take a look at, what do I want to do? And it was just jumping back to those roots of helping people again, helping charities, helping anybody who wants to start a business with their own dream. And that's what I did. And I went, right, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And that's how Myriad was born. And it was the best thing I've ever done. And, you know, I'm not a millionaire, and I don't plan to be honest. It would be nice, but I do it because I enjoy helping others. As
my good friend Jen Siles would say, you are living your passion, living your dream. And that's the way to live. I mean, I used to sell insurance. Oh, God, I hated it. But now I do what I do. It's like, morning's a nice day. But
it's on my terms. So it means that I don't have anybody, I don't work with anybody who, it goes against my morals. So the corporate life for me, I didn't agree with what they were doing. I didn't agree with the way they treated their staff, or expected me to treat my staff for them. And it went against everything I stood for. And that is what I said, now I have that choice. And it's also, at the moment, I'm homeschooling at the same time.
Wow.
So now I can be at home for my child. I can change my timetable around if I need to. It's helped me personally in my personal life to take more care of me as well. So now I make sure I have, every now and then, I have an afternoon off where I go and do something I want to do, go to the spa.
Go girl! Go girl!
Something so simple, taking a
absolutely.
couple of hours to yourself.
Yeah.
And that is it. And that is what I never used to do.
Exactly.
So it was a huge catalyst for me. And I said, best thing I've ever done.
Brilliant. Tell you what, there's so much in what you say which kind of reminds me of my old corporate world. I won't mention any names because I don't want you to abuse me, but most certainly, when you're making companies £1 million, of which at least £300,000 of that's profit, and they want to pay you 30 grand, which is like 10%, you do think, well, hold on a minute, I haven't seen my family. And I've only had 20 days holiday this year. Well done to you. I mean, that's amazing. Absolutely inspiring. And I think a lot of people follow that journey. So well done. So obviously the breakdown, that was a challenge. Has there been any other challenges on top, or was that the challenge that you had to overcome?
For me, that was the catalyst rather than the challenge.
Oh,
It was the turning point. There have been challenges since then. Obviously, it didn't come. The breakdown did not come at a very good time. My husband at the time had just been made redundant from his job, and it was like then I'd had my breakdown. It was sort of the straw that broke the camel's back, essentially. So that happened. So then my husband started temping and going off finding jobs, and he got a job. And then I was still recovering. And then as I took off with Myriad, he got made redundant again. It seems that there's a bit of a culture now where they take you on for 6-month probation and then go, oh, we don't actually need you now.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Disgusting, isn't it?
So that was a bit frustrating. So I was like, oh my God, I've got to try and make enough money to pay all the bills. Mm-hmm. So I literally threw myself into networking, into making sure my business plan was, nailed down, so I knew exactly what I was doing, who I was targeting, who I was going to, and it worked. It was doing as it was supposed to do, and that's what I try and help with.
Brilliant.
And then in February this year, my husband got made redundant again.
Oh my giddy aunt!
I know.
Does he? Just a question. Does he run over many black cats or many ladders or? Good grief!
He doesn't even drive.
Oh my God!
So so that it's been quite a challenging 18 months for us, to be honest.
Do you feel because I know that within relationships, obviously in the old days, man, hunter gatherer, hug. And I know that sometimes there has been an impact in families where the husband has lost the job or is not working, and the lady, the woman, the wife becomes everything, as well as being the mom, looking after the house, doing all the cleaning, making sure that everyone's got packed lunch. She then becomes the one who has to bring it all in. I mean, did that cause any issues, or was everything kind of like, this is what's happening, just chill out, I'll take care of it?
Well, thankfully, I mean, even when I was in my corporate position, to be honest, I was the breadwinner. I was higher up. I was, the one that was leaping up the career ladder. And it wasn't until I'd come across some harassment and some sexism in the workplace that it started to get all heat on.
Oh, Hayley, I tell you what, I'm not sure we've got long enough to talk to you. Okay, listen, I know that some of the members will probably get in touch with you. So at the end, if you can drop all your links in and everything.
Anybody's feel free to come and have a chat to me.
Good grief. You have a story, girl. I imagine there'll be a book coming out at some point in the future.
There will be, but it's going to be a fiction novel.
Excellent. What advice would you give someone who's looking to start a business right now, 2020, post-COVID? Is there any kind of quick tips or number one tips that you want to throw out to people?
Plan. Don't just jump into it. Don't just jump in. Know what you're doing beforehand. So go and find, yes, I've launched a course for people who want to start businesses. Basically starting a business, what you need to succeed. And it takes them through every process of what type of business structures there are. Building a business plan, building a marketing plan, GDPR basics, health and safety basics, marketing basics, all of those things, as well as templates and things to say, right, by the end of it, you should have a clear direction for where you're going.
That's fantastic.
So even don't have to use my course, but go and find something that will teach you that you can relate to.
I want to use your course. Listen.
Obviously, but
if I was you, absolutely. If I was you, I'd approach every single accountant in your network.
And that is what I'm currently doing at the moment. And finance people who deal with startup businesses, because it will help them convert more people without having to spend hours holding their hand just to get that conversion. They can send them away, do the course, come back and say, right, now you can answer my questions for me. We'll have you all set up with your funding, all set up with your accounts, whatever they need.
Boom. Guys, you heard it here, man. Hayley Smith is kicking butt. Now, this lady, connect with her. She's going to drop all the links in later on. Wow, that's really powerful, because I know so many people start a business. And when I used to work for, I'd go and see some of these people, and What I say is wow. In fact, they're the reason I started my business, but that's another story for another day. Okay, we're going to wrap up soon. Is there anything that, you know, the group, any of the members can help you with right now? Is there any support that you need, or is there anything that you want to tell us that you're promoting, or is there anything that we can do for you?
I'm just looking to connect with anybody, really. Anybody who wants to have a chat, whether, you know, I use other people's services. I prefer to use other small businesses that I can trust. I refer a lot of people around as well.
Yeah.
So connect up with me. I've got a bit of a nickname as sort of the referring queen.
Ooh.
So I'm in a couple of different networks, and I do refer people. I don't care about referral fees as such.
Yeah.
I care about using the right people and
Absolutely.
being able to give that information to those who need it.
Absolutely.
But I am also now also part of the face of Your Partnerships Bristol, which is a networking group. We don't do any of this rubbish where you only one profession per seat or anything like this. It's really good, proper networking.
Some of my members are just going, oh, what do you mean there's more than one seat in there?
I know, it's controversial, I know, but I joined the partnerships back in September when I started my business. Best thing I've ever done.
Wow.
The connections I've made, the business I've got, absolutely amazing. And they still continue to refer me. I refer them because we've used each other's services. We trust each other. And that's what networking is about, finding somebody you can build a relationship and trust with. You
sound to me like you could pass on a fair few networking tips to people. I think you're a bit of a secret networking queen on the slide as well. Okay, let's see who's on. Hey, Jen Styles. Good morning, Jen. I was just speaking about you, love, telling you about your feeling that people should work with their passion, work within their field of genius. That's it. Work within your field of genius. Wonderful. Hi, Emma Kirkham. Emma's just set up a workshop for craft businesses who, because of coronavirus, were unable to sell their product because they didn't know how to get online, and she's helped them do that. So just those two ladies alone, I should connect. Hi, Alfia. Ernie Boxer. How you doing, Ernie? Hi, Alison. Hope you're well. Hi, Laura Jones. It's Alison's fault. What's Alison's fault, Ernie? Jen says she loves it. Living your soul purpose with boundaries in place. You're making my heart sing. Oh, I think you might have a fan there. And hi, Amber. Hope you're well, Amber. So yeah, I mean, Hayley, listen, thank you so much for joining us today. You're the first person that I've actually interviewed who I've only actually met once. I thought, oh, I hope she's not one of those nutters who like comes on singing and playing flutes and doing all kinds of ball juggling. I'm like, oh no! I'm sure that's going to happen at some point in the future. The thing is,
what makes it interesting?
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us today. Please put your links into. Oh, wait there, you're not in the group, are you?
You haven't added me to the group yet.
Well, you see, because we were doing the, I don't add people to this group. I'm a little bit kind of, I leave breadcrumbs. So if people want to join, they join. If they don't, they don't.
You haven't even given me the link.
I know. I'm terrible. Right, I'm gonna add you. Oi, guys, don't shout at me yet. I'm gonna add her now. So I've got the phone there. I'll add you now. Drop your links in. Drop your links to your website, your startup service, everything that people can kind of find out. If you've got any other online, I didn't know you was on Facebook as well, you see. So obviously we've been talking through LinkedIn. So that's the reason why. In fact, you better find me because I imagine there's probably more than one Hayley Smith in the UK.
Yeah, my husband wouldn't let me hyphenate our surname.
Yeah, you find me, love, and then I'll add you. Brilliant. But thank you so much for today. And guys, is there any questions before we go, actually? Does anybody have any questions for Hayley? Now is the time. Oh, Jen's shouting at me. She's saying, what? No link, Nigel. You know why she's done that? Because I'm quite hot on people having online presence without having anything after their Facebook or LinkedIn profile. It's like, well, that's not your land. Where's your land? I want to come to your land. Yes, Jen, we will be having links shortly. I'm going to be adding Hayley to the group, and then she's going to provide all the links on the comments. Any questions, guys, before we go? Any questions? For the wonderful, amazing Hayley Smith, who is... where are you based, Hayley?
I'm based in South Devon, usually sunny South Devon, but it's raining at the moment.
Ah, you see, she's showing off now. She's showing off, guys. Yeah, I love that part of the world. Okay, guys, well, listen, we're going to wrap up. Thank you so much, Hayley. Don't go anywhere. So I'll stop the stream and we'll have a quick 5 minutes. Guys, all the links will be in the comments during the day. Hayley's going to be in the group as well. If you want to go and say hello to her, please connect. I saw that after our last Facebook Live, Zena and Ernie had they took the conversation offline and had a good old talk, and some great business ideas were passed, I would imagine. So, guys, that's what it's all about. Caring is sharing. No, sharing is caring, but caring is sharing. I shall catch up with you all later on. See you later, guys.
Bye, everybody.